I'd like to introduce Peter McKeon. We thank you so much for being with us today and sharing some of your story.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
My name is Peter McKeon, and I am fortunate to call Anthony my friend. I've known him since I've been 15 years old. I met him when I was a student at the School of Rock in Easton. Anthony was my musical director for more shows than I can remember. For the record, I always requested to be in his shows. I don't know if you knew that, Anthony. Since my days at the School of Rock, Anthony has invited me to perform with him, including here at Greenewalt. Anthony is a phenomenal talent, and I am blessed to perform with him and know him. He has always been a huge supporter of mine. For that, I am eternally grateful. I'm also blessed to call Pastor Janet my friend, too. She's a wonderful person. We are all different in many ways. Some of us soar in one area while others soar in others. Struggles are no different. The great mathematician might lack social awareness, while the superb athlete may struggle with basic arithmetic. We all have differing abilities, not disabilities. Terms like disability do an injustice to us all. Labeling others as disabled does not promote unity, but rather perpetuates the idea that people are deficient by nature rather than different. Understanding that we are all different is key. Together, we are a beautiful blend of people with different talents and struggles, but still one. Some with differing abilities in the area of mental health see the world differently and, by extension, themselves. Anxiety, depression, bipolar, and post-traumatic stress disorder are just a few common mental health diagnoses. Because people with these differing abilities sometimes find themselves as outliers, they may seek out social media to feel connected to the greater world around them. Unfortunately, sometimes that can backfire, as social media is not always reality. Posted stories and images can be shameless attempts to feel better about oneself or to create a public narrative that is highly inconsistent with private reality. Discerning between fiction and reality on social media can become really challenging. And because it is so difficult to know the difference at times, any person, regardless of their ability, can feel inadequate by comparison. This comparison can be magnified for a person with a mental health difference. If their self-image is low, images of perfect families and budding social lives can only reinforce how different that person feels and plummet their self-image even further. Social media can also be a breeding ground for bullying. Things that someone would never say to your face become quite easy to post or message when creating a fictitious user account that is hard to track. And consequences for such behavior seem almost impossible. When social media is a place where someone with a mental health difference is trying to connect with the world around and bullying starts, it can seem like there is no escape, especially if that person is bullied in real-life settings such as school. Driven by algorithms, social media can influence our thoughts, feelings, and self-perception. Designed to feed us media that aligns with our thinking, social media can saturate us with information that validates our feelings of self-worth, which can be positive or negative. When it is the latter, that can be catastrophic to a person with a mental health difference. Not all social media is bad. That needs to be said. Some of the good includes support groups such as NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness, the Depression and Bipolar Support Alliance, and the Attention Deficit Disorder Association, to name a few. For people struggling with transportation, financial means, or other barriers, these supports are available at the touch of a screen and can be life-changing. Understanding the good from the bad on social media really becomes the key. Not allowing social media to become our barometer for truth is critical. I am autistic. I have bipolar and generalized anxiety disorders. I was diagnosed at 4 years old with autism. At 19, I was diagnosed with bipolar and generalized anxiety. When I was little, my mom and I worked toward playing to my strengths while supporting any areas needing skill development with occupational therapy, tutoring, and other modalities. My mom believed in capitalizing on my strengths. Music was one of those strengths, photography was another. I am a volunteer firefighter, a car enthusiast, a music lover, and an avid reader. I work as a photo license technician at a local driver's license center. I am more than my diagnosis. I have differing abilities, as we all do. Believe in yourself, believe in one another. Accept social media for what it is. Do not let it define who you are. See its benefits, see its failings. Do not allow it to be an all-encompassing reality, because it isn't. You are worth more than that.